Welcome to the I Fucked Up podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Nobody. So, we're having to re-record this because my headphones are starting to mess up. But just to review what I was talking about just a second ago, um, the, uh, the, um, last night stormed pretty good. So I had to sleep at the hot dog stand upside down. I mean, not upside down, but there's these concrete tables. You know, you see it like the local hot dog stands or like your local dairy freeze. And it's like a circular concrete object that you can sit on. And it has like four chairs around it. Well, I would like in between two of the seats on one of those, I shoved my backpack up against it and I slept like that last night, and the rain just poured all night, and it sucked because like normally the part that I would like sleep on was like the opposite side of one from where the road is, so you couldn't really see me. But because of the way the wind was going and the rain was coming down, I had to sleep with my back up against with me exposed to the road. I've already had one energy drink today, and I'm drinking my second one now. It's these cheap rock stars. So it's only like 160 milligrams of caffeine. And to counterbalance my antidepressants, I need like 300 milligrams to even get me going. Just so that I can like not be so like bleh. I'm also on a medicine for bipolar disorder that keeps me. I'm trying to see real quick because I had to unplug my headphones because they weren't recording properly. But trying to keep the screen up so I can see the bars when I'm recording, so I can actually like see what I'm doing here. But yeah, yeah, and I was gonna get into doing the podcast recommendations that I've been trying to do lately. So let's take a look at that. Right now, I have like over 130 podcasts that I've listened to recently, so I feel like I'm pretty good at recommending a good episode. If you can't really figure out exactly what you want to listen to, or you're just getting into podcasts, like listening to them, I can think of a couple that are pretty good. Off the top of my head, before even looking at the list, Whitney Cummings' Good For You podcast is so fucking good. Like, she is the best, probably one of the better interviewers that I've seen do podcasts. And her podcast is underrated. Like, it has like not the greatest ratings from what I can, like, it's not the best rating on there. I think it has like 4.8 on Spotify. And but it's like, I think it's really fucking good. And I've only listened to a couple of the episodes. Painkiller Already. If you like a podcast where they mostly just bullshit around, Painkiller Already is a pretty good recommendation that I would give you to listen to. It's kind of raunchy. They do kind of get into like weird stuff, and they have cum pills that they sell on there, and they do advertisements for that. So if you're into like kind of like raunchy bullshitting podcasts that you just with like no real like sustenance to it, but that's pretty good. I tried out a new one called The Creep Off. I didn't like it. There's like, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, if you're talking about true crime, you have to like constantly worry about like how the family's gonna feel about it. But at the same time, this one kind of goes like too far. It's basically, but if you are into that type of stuff, The Creep Off is pretty interesting. But it's not just too much for me.